Good morning, everyone. Central Ohio woke up to a stunning but hazardous winter landscape after a major storm blanketed the region in snow. The heavy snowfall over the weekend forced school superintendents to make tough calls, delays, closures, and a scramble for families to adjust. Safety was the top concern, as icy roads and frigid temperatures made travel risky for students and staff. The ripple effect was felt across the community, with parents rearranging schedules and emergency crews working non-stop. This storm was a stark reminder of how quickly nature can upend our routines, and how vital coordinated responses are to keep our children safe. In the heart of winter, Central Ohio found itself at the mercy of a powerful storm system that swept across the region, transforming the familiar landscape overnight. The storm dumped between 4 and 7 inches of snow across Central Ohio, coating everything in a thick, pristine layer of white. Streets, cars, and rooftops disappeared beneath the heavy blanket, and neighborhoods awoke to a world that looked almost unrecognizable. For many, the morning began with the sound of shovels scraping against driveways and the crunch of boots on fresh snow, as residents tried to dig themselves out from the overnight accumulation. In some areas, the relentless wind sculpted the snow into deep drifts, piling it high along sidewalks, driveways, and against the sides of houses. These drifts made travel even more difficult, with some spots nearly impassable. People bundled up in layers, bracing themselves against the biting wind as they struggled to make their way through knee-deep snow. The storm's intensity varied from block to block, but everywhere, the landscape was transformed into a winter maze. As the snow continued to fall, an Arctic blast swept in behind the storm, bringing with it a surge of frigid air. The powdery snow, once settled, was whipped up by gusts of wind, creating near-whiteout conditions in open areas. Blowing and drifting snow reduced visibility, turning even short trips outside into a challenge. The wind howled through the night, rattling windows and sending chills through anyone caught outdoors. By sunrise, the temperature at the Columbus airport had plummeted to just 2 degrees Fahrenheit. But the story didn't end there. The wind chill made it feel far colder, dropping the perceived temperature to a bone-chilling -17 degrees. Frost clung to every surface, and the air itself seemed to sting exposed skin. For travelers and workers at the airport, the extreme cold was impossible to ignore, forcing everyone to bundle up in heavy coats, scarves, and gloves. These dangerous conditions triggered an official cold weather advisory, warning residents to limit their time outdoors and take extra precautions. Even a short wait at the bus stop became risky, as children and adults alike huddled together, their breath visible in the icy air. Parents worried about their kids standing outside in the early morning, and many questioned whether it was safe to send them to school at all. The combination of slick, snow-covered roads and life-threatening cold forced school officials to make quick, difficult decisions. Buses struggled to navigate icy streets, and even experienced drivers found the conditions treacherous. School administrators gathered in snowy parking lots, weighing the risks and considering the safety of students, staff, and families. The pressure to act swiftly was immense, as the situation outside grew more hazardous by the hour. Ultimately, the safety of children, especially those waiting outside in the bitter cold, became the deciding factor. Parents wrapped their kids in extra layers, tucking scarves around faces and pulling hats down low, but the risk of frostbite and hypothermia was real. For many families, the morning routine was filled with anxiety, as they weighed the dangers of exposure against the importance of attending school. In the end, the dual threat of heavy snow and extreme cold led to widespread changes in school schedules across Central Ohio. Digital signs flashed closure notices, playgrounds sat empty beneath a thick layer of snow, and news headlines announced the cancellations. The anatomy of this winter storm was a powerful reminder of nature's ability to disrupt daily life, and the importance of putting safety first when the weather turns dangerous. Deciding whether to close or delay school during a winter storm is never taken lightly. It's a process that involves weighing a complex set of risks and responsibilities, with the safety of students and staff always at the forefront. School administrators and district leaders must consider not only the immediate weather conditions, but also how those conditions will evolve throughout the day. They consult with meteorologists, transportation officials, and local emergency services, often starting their day before dawn to assess the situation firsthand. This morning, snow-packed roads and blowing drifts made bus routes treacherous, despite overnight plowing. Even the most experienced bus drivers faced uncertainty, as visibility was reduced and roads remained slick. Plows worked tirelessly, but the relentless snowfall quickly erased their progress, making it nearly impossible to guarantee safe passage for buses and cars alike. For many families, simply getting to school would have meant navigating hazardous streets, risking accidents or getting stranded in the cold. Beyond the roads, sidewalks and walkways around schools were coated in ice, turning a simple walk into a dangerous journey. Students and staff faced the risk of slipping and falling, especially in areas where snow removal was incomplete or delayed. Low visibility from blowing snow made it difficult to see oncoming traffic or obstacles, increasing the potential for injury. For thousands of students and staff, just getting to the school doors would have been a challenge fraught with danger. The wind chill, dipping to -17, added another layer of risk. In these extreme temperatures, exposed skin can freeze in minutes, leading to frostbite or even hypothermia. For children waiting at bus stops or walking to school, the cold was not just uncomfortable, it was potentially life-threatening. School officials had to consider the health implications of sending students out into such harsh conditions, knowing that even a short wait outdoors could have serious consequences. Another concern was the reality that not every student has access to proper winter clothing. Many children rely on donated coats, hats, and gloves, and some may not have warm enough gear to protect them from the elements. School officials worried about those most vulnerable, students who might be waiting for buses in light jackets or without gloves, exposed to the biting wind and cold. Ensuring equity and safety for all students means considering these disparities when making closure decisions. With so many hazards converging, dangerous roads, icy walkways, extreme cold, and concerns about adequate clothing, districts like Columbus City Schools made the difficult choice to close entirely. The decision was not made in isolation. It was the result of careful deliberation, consultation with experts, and a deep sense of responsibility to protect the well-being of every student and staff member. The ultimate goal is clear: to keep every child and staff member out of harm's way. School closures may disrupt routines and present challenges for families, but the alternative, risking injury or illness, is far worse. Teachers, administrators, and support staff work together to ensure that, even in the face of disruption, students are safe and cared for. These decisions, though disruptive, reflect a deep commitment to community safety. They are a reminder that, in times of crisis, the well-being of students, staff, and families comes first. By closing schools, districts demonstrate their dedication to protecting the community, even when it means making tough calls and facing criticism. In the end, the rationale behind closures is rooted in care, caution, and a steadfast promise to put safety above all else. When the wind chill drops to -17, the risk shifts from inconvenience to real danger. Frostbite can set in within 30 minutes, especially for kids waiting at bus stops. Delays or missed buses could mean even longer exposure to the cold. Hypothermia is another threat, as body heat is lost rapidly in these conditions. Closing schools keeps students safe at home, away from the elements. Even inside, extreme cold can strain heating systems and risk building issues. In case of power outages or evacuations, moving students outside would be hazardous. By canceling classes, districts protect everyone from a range of cold weather dangers. Columbus City Schools, Ohio's largest and most diverse school district, set the tone for the entire region by announcing a full closure early this morning, well before sunrise. The decision sent ripples through the community, as parents, students, and staff woke up to alerts and notifications. With over 47,000 students and thousands of employees, the district's move was closely watched by neighboring schools and local officials, who often look to Columbus for guidance in severe weather situations. The decision was not made lightly. It was based on a combination of hazardous road conditions and dangerously low temperatures, with wind chills plunging well below zero. Overnight, a thick layer of snow and ice blanketed the city, making travel treacherous for thousands of families and staff members. Even experienced drivers found themselves struggling to navigate the slick, snow-packed streets, and emergency services urged everyone to stay off the roads unless absolutely necessary. In the hours leading up to the closure, district officials worked closely with city leaders, transportation experts, and meteorologists. They pored over weather forecasts, road reports, and real-time data to assess conditions across the city. The collaboration was intense, with conference calls and emergency meetings stretching late into the night. Their goal: to ensure the safety of every student and staff member, no matter where they lived in the sprawling district. While some main roads had been cleared by city plows, many side streets and residential areas remained completely impassable. School buses, which are essential for transporting thousands of students each day, simply could not operate safely on these unplowed routes. The risk of buses getting stuck or sliding off the road was too great, and officials knew that even a single accident could have serious consequences. As a result, all school activities were canceled for the day, including sports practices, club meetings, and after-school programs. The district made it clear that no one should venture out unless absolutely necessary. For many students, this meant missing out on important games, rehearsals, and social events. But the message from school leaders was firm. Safety comes first, and the community's well-being outweighs any inconvenience. The closure had a ripple effect on tens of thousands of families and staff members. Parents scrambled to make last-minute childcare arrangements or adjust their work schedules. Teachers quickly shifted to remote learning plans, preparing lessons from home as snow continued to fall outside. For many, the day became an unexpected opportunity to spend time together as a family, but it also brought challenges, especially for those without access to reliable internet or childcare. While the closure was certainly disruptive, most in the community recognized that the move was necessary. The district's decision prioritized the health and safety of students, staff, and families above all else. With icy sidewalks, snow-covered crosswalks, and frigid temperatures, the risks of traveling to school simply outweighed the benefits of keeping buildings open for the day. Through clear communication and decisive leadership, Columbus City Schools made it clear that protecting students and staff is always the top priority. As the snow continued to fall, the district's swift action set an example for others to follow, reminding everyone that, in times of crisis, community safety must come first. Columbus wasn't alone. 19 school districts across central Ohio closed today due to the storm and deep freeze. Districts in Fairfield, Pickaway, Madison, Licking, and Franklin counties all faced similar challenges with snow and cold. Major districts like Groveport-Madison, Reynoldsburg City, and Whitehall City joined the closures. The widespread shutdowns highlight the regional impact and unified response to keep students safe. This collective action underscores the severity of the weather and the shared commitment to safety. Not every district closed. Many opted for a 2-hour delay, hoping conditions would improve with daylight and more road treatment. In Delaware County, Big Walnut, Buckeye Valley, Delaware City, and Olentangy local schools all delayed their start. Licking and Union counties saw similar moves, with several districts pushing back the school day. Delays gave road crews extra time and allowed for safer travel as temperatures rose. This approach balanced safety with the goal of preserving the school day. For many communities, a delay was the best way to ensure a safer start on this frigid morning. The good news: the rest of the week looks much calmer for central Ohio. Meteorologists predict a gradual warming trend and dry conditions for the next few days. Temperatures will climb above freezing, helping snow and ice melt away. By Thursday, rain is expected instead of snow, accelerating the thaw. While some drainage issues may arise, the threat of icy roads will fade. School schedules should return to normal, giving families a welcome break from winter's chaos. Staying informed is crucial during winter weather events. Local news outlets and their apps provide real-time updates on school closings and delays. Many stations offer text alerts, so you'll know instantly if your district changes plans. For road conditions, check the Ohio Department of Transportation's OHGO app or website. Live radar and hour-by-hour forecasts from local meteorologists help you plan your day. With these resources, you can keep your family safe and prepared, no matter what winter brings.